I'm Ralph Locklear with SoutheasternGeneralContractors.com. In today's vlog, we're going to be going over to the Summers project, and I'm going to be showing you some very integral details in this particular build. We're at the foundation stages, and we've went all the way down to virgin soil, and we're doing rebar cages and adding a lot of integral structural elements to this project. A lot of this may sound foreign to you, so stay tuned as I show you exactly what all goes on in this stage of the construction at the Summers project. So we're here at the Summers job, and I'm going to be walking you through some of the things I'm looking at before we get our inspections. We got some really interesting and unique things going on here at this project. So as you'll see, right behind me, we have what's going on. It's called radiant floor heating, and this is something unique to this project. The guys are now back right behind me getting it set up. Let's check it out. So I'm here with John, and he's going to walk us through a little bit, giving us an explanation of what's going on here with the radiant floor heating. So John, if you can, kind of tell us what we got going on here.
What we got right now is we've got the actual floor lay in place now, as you can see. We can then individually keep the rooms at a certain temperature, whatever the customer happens to be happy with.
Awesome. Now, what are some of the questions that a client or a homeowner would ask, that's not familiar with this setup? What would be some of their typical questions or concerns?
Most of the time, the biggest question we have is, how is this going to heat my home? Because it's not a conventional heating system.
Exactly.
And we usually try to tell them, as far as the heating system it goes, it's been around for thousands of years. That's what they originally started heating places with, was the radiant floors.
All right.
But the thing we've done in modern day time is you've got new boilers, you've got new pumps, new modern controls, new computerized systems.
Of course.
You're looking at everything. It can take temperatures from all over. We will be putting sensors in the floor so that we'll be monitoring the floors so you can adjust those temperatures and tweak it to your comfort level. The nice thing about a system like this, other than an air system, is you don't have moving air. You don't have the cold spots and hot spots that you feel as you walk in front of your heating vents and cooling vents. So it gives you a very warm, comfortable temperature throughout the structure.
Awesome. So I appreciate the time. I appreciate you kind of giving us an overview of what we got going on here. This again is for radiant floor heating. This is on a project that we're just now beginning. We got the inspectors coming, so I'm gonna let these guys get back to what they're doing, finishing up that scope of work. Let's go check out the foundation and the footings portion of this project. So right now what I'm looking at is I'm walking through the job site looking for things the inspector's going to look for. Now a lot of things we do are way above and beyond code standard. Example is our foundation depth. Right behind us, we're only at about 12 to 18 inches in the existing grade here, but we've had to build this foundation up to level out the actual slab and the foundation for this job. So on this end right in front of me, we had to go down about 48 to 52 inches or so to hit virgin soil. Now virgin soil is the natural undisturbed earth, and that's the best type of soil that you want to bear your foundation on. A lot of other builders won't do this, and there's arguments that can be made either way. You can get a engineered letter compaction test to test the field that's being brought in, and they can tell you that it's just as compacted as natural earth, and you can do it that way. For me, I don't like risking that, so I tell all of my team members that on any job that we do to make sure we go down to virgin soil, and let me show you what that essentially looks like. So now as you see, when you look down our foundation, not only do you see where the different coloration in the soil changes, it goes all the way down to the dark soil, which is the virgin soil here, or sometimes it's a clay base. And you see we have rebar, a rebar cage that comes from the bottom of the footing, and we have vertical rebar members that come up and bend and tie over into the slab. So what that does is it ties the whole structure together. So if there is any movement or whatnot, then this structure acts as one unit. Now, this is way more costly than the average build. A lot of builders won't do it simply because of the cost. But for me, when the inspector comes and looks at this, he's always amazed. He always gives us a data boy. And so that's something we can use on every job, not only to give our client a much better finished product, but also show the inspectors that we really care about the quality of the product that we're giving to our clients, and that we go overboard in the areas where it matters the most. So the last thing I want to talk about is something I always look for when we're doing slab foundations, and that of course is our plumbing. One of the things to be careful with is making sure that the plumber actually plumbs his stub ups from the floor in the correct location to make sure that it falls within the actual wall. Sometimes it gets kind of skewed, it can kind of get bumped, but for this I want to refer over to you guys, since you're having to work in behind the plumbers. How well of a job is this particular job? Is there any room for improvement from what you've saw so far?
From this standpoint on this job, I couldn't find any mistakes. When I laid out my walls and stuff for my radiant floor, I hit a pipe just about in every location. I mean, dead on. So from the standpoint of the plumber doing layout on this project, he did a great job.
Awesome. So be sure, Adam and the whole team, when you watch this, to give our plumber a data boy. Did a really awesome job. It's always great when you have trades that's following behind your trade to talk and brag about how well of a job that you're actually doing. So keep up the good work. You know who you are. This is Ralph Locklear with SoutheasternGeneralContractors.com.
Southeastern General Contractors, where making clients happy is our #1 goal. Learn more at SoutheasternGeneralContractors.com.